Hey, we're back after another big Green Bay Packers win.
Hard to
Then,
believe. Hard to believe.
why is it hard to? I mean, it didn't go the way I expected, but so maybe that's why they won because I
It came
expected the
down. It
Bears.
came down to one play.
Did it though? Come
Yes, it came
on,
down to
did
one play.
it? There were more
Well, no,
plays.
actually, all right. There was actually 3 plays, and I have them. They had the video to watch them, and those 3 plays were very good plays. One by Evan Williams, one by
Mhm.
Kingsley Enagbare, and one where Evan Williams screwed up, and then Keyshawn Nixon saved his butt. So
I like that.
that's called teamwork.
I do like it. Hey, I mean, the Bears were not as crappy as they normally were. You could see that. They were kind of at times, but they definitely are more formidable than they've been in quite some time.
Well, Caleb Williams apparently
He's fucking crazy, but he's
has
crazy ass
has
throw.
has the ability to get away from everybody, no matter who it is. Now, I expected to get away from Rashawn Gary because he's slower than shit and runs upright and looks like a ding dong. But he's also getting away from, Micah Parsons too. That one time he almost had him. I mean, he slipped and then he got back up and just chucked it.
Yeah.
But Parsons has got a little more speed that he can actually catch him, but nobody else could. Kingsley Enagbare couldn't catch him really. I mean, he had that sack, but that was mostly Micah Parsons' sack. And then Rashawn Gary was just, I don't know what he was doing. He sure ain't fast. I honestly don't know why he's on the field. He's pretty much useless at this point.
Well, it's interesting. I looked into some interesting things about that, as we'll talk about that after we talk about some Kingsley and Barry stuff, which maybe we'll just dovetail in. But LV with the big news, right? Keep people asking, LVN, is he coming back? Okay, he comes back. Then what happens? Because in this last game, so we talked about, and Matt LaFleur has talked about it. You can't not notice how when Kingsley Enagbare is in the game, he makes plays and does things, right? Even though he has limited snaps. And he talked about guys earning more snaps. And so I looked at the snap distribution for this last game, and defensive snaps on the season, Kingsley Enagbare is like 36% of the defensive snaps, something like that, 39%, less than 40% of the defensive snaps. This game, he was in 56% of the defensive snaps. And Rashawn Gary was in 57% of the defensive snaps.
Yeah.
So when LVN comes back, what happens?
He'll be used as a D tackle most of the time in passing situations, because our D tackles are pretty bad in passing situations with now Devontae Wyatt's out. So you'll see LVN get playing time at D tackle more than anything, I think, is what'll happen.
Okay.
So it won't really affect Kingsley's numbers.
Well, no, I was thinking it was going to affect Gary's numbers, and
it might affect Gary a little bit. Yeah, it might, but
because I'd rather have Van Ness out there chasing somebody than Rashawn Gary. That's for sure.
Yeah, yeah. Rashawn Gary, a great draft pick by Goody. Great immediate signing when he did nothing to earn the money.
So is Van Ness, by the way, considering how much he's played.
And, but he hasn't gotten paid yet.
I know, but he might next year if he gets like 10 sacks. Got to sign him.
Well, I think they have to decide. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens, I guess.
Boy. Anyway, all right, let's talk about Kingsley Enagbare. All right, any other thoughts from this game that jump out at you before we get into a few more specifics? I know game was a long time ago, so people covered all the big stuff, right?
Well, I don't care. I have video, so I will cover the thoughts when we have the video. Right. So let's
get ready Kingsley Enagbare, like you said, I mean, a lot of people asking questions about him in the pressers for LaFleur, so he's got to talk about him. Yeah. And Ryan
good.
Wood, yeah, it is good. It is
because it forces the coaches to be like, they'll be like, "Hey, this guy's good. Why isn't he out there more? Or you are going to play him, right? Because he actually makes plays, right?" And then the coaches are like, "Crap! Everybody sees that he's good, so we have to play him now." See, that's good.
Sorry, I had to close this out when I was having all those issues with my internet, so I'm gonna have to pull it back up. But let me toss it to you about Kingsley Enagbare. Just a thought. So he's a guy that's come up publicly and said how much he likes being on the Packers. How this is the team that drafted him. We know he was a mid-round pick and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And we also know that with all of the investment they put into edge guys, he definitely was not somebody that was in Goody's plans to keep on the team, right? But
no, not at all. Because
what happens?
They drafted Baron Sorrell, and they drafted that other guy who got hurt. I can't remember what his name was now in the draft this year. Plus, you got LVN, Gary, and you trade for Micah Parsons, which even added a whole nother guy to the list. So it makes Kingsley Enagbari's future with the Packers seem like it's not a possibility. But the play on the field is equaling, please keep this guy. And the guy that needs to go is Gary somehow. I don't know how they can do it.
Maybe there's some sort.
I don't know, but he's the one who needs to go because he is no longer effective, nor was he really effective prior to this. And we've talked about Gary many times. He seems like a great guy.
Yes,
but and he seems like he's supposed to be this athlete, though it does not show on the field. His athlete, at least not speed, and he certainly isn't a very good football player because he doesn't make plays. He's not like his awareness isn't there. When he is aware, he's too slow to make a play. So it doesn't really matter if he even knows what's going on. So that's the key is like, if you have a guy who, and Enagbare was the guy I targeted that year in the draft. And I said, I love this guy. He's a playmaker. He on the field, he makes plays. That's what his college tape showed. And how he fell to the 5th round, I don't know. I was super happy when the Packers took him because I thought he was going in like the 2nd round or the 3rd round because he was that good of a player. And the Packers took him in the 5th round. And he ends up being a very solid to good player for us. And with Micah Parsons here, it even makes him even more valuable. And I'm going to show you some video that I don't know if Packer fans even realize how much better Kingsley Enagbare is than pretty much any defensive end / outside linebacker we've had in the last 5 years that's not named Micah Parsons. And I will show you why in the videos.
All right. Well, Matt LaFleur, finally we got it here. He was asked about him. So let's hear what Ryan Wood with the question here. And then Matt LaFleur, let's hear what he says. This is him. Not, I got to say the post game, I sat around and waited for the post game press conference because I was excited after the game. And that was such a dud press conference. I was super annoyed. But then the next day one, the Monday one was pretty good. That's this one. So here's him talking about Kingsley Enagbare.
All the time. As rushers, the more snaps you get, the more chance you have to get into the rhythm. Kingsley doesn't have that possibility coming off the sideline. It just seems like every single week he's finding a way to make a play or two that really impact the game. How hard is that to do in his role, and how's he able to do that?
Yeah, I think it all starts with your mindset. I mean, his play style from the day he got here has been exactly what we're looking for. And all he does is put his head down and work. And I know that there's been some ups and downs in regards to you want guys that want to have more ops and be out on the field. I mean, I don't want somebody that's comfortable sitting on the bench, but his ability just to maximize his opportunities has been pretty impressive. And he's played really good football for us. And he's shown an impact, certainly in the run game and in the pass game. And on special teams, I think he's a key guy for us in that regard as well.
I know.
So he actually used the word impact there.
Well, yeah.
Has he said? I mean, have you heard him say the word impact with Rashawn Gary before?
No, because Gary doesn't make an impact. He just doesn't. He never
crazy.
has, and that's the thing that's so scary. Like, he never deserved the contract because he's never made the impact. And I hate to say it, Quay Walker is the same. So if they give Quay Walker a contract, and I am getting sick and tired, and I don't want to call out guys, but Dusty Evely, who is on the mic, he's on with Andy Herman every now and again, every once a week. Okay. He is a Isaiah McDuffie hater, like what? Big time. He's just been talking shit about Isaiah McDuffie. Even after this game, he's talking shit about him. Because maybe he didn't cover a guy in a wheel route on one play. I'm like, do you watch? And he's supposed to be a football guy who knows stuff. And he just keeps talking shit about Isaiah McDuffie. And I've had enough of it. Isaiah McDuffie is a good football player.
Yeah.
And he's better for this team than Quay Walker is. Period. Especially at the price that he's at. I would rather have him out there than Quay Walker any day of the week. And I don't know this Isaiah or what's the guy Dusty Evely guy is saying that they should have Hopper out there instead of McDuffie, especially on passing downs.
What?
And I'm like,
Come
maybe
on.
I don't know if McDuffie's a great pass protector, but on passing downs, he's the third linebacker anyways.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter. And I would actually bring in, Bullard over him. If you have 4 defensive linemen, have 1 linebacker and have Bullard in there, and then you've got the other 4 defensive backs, or 5 defensive backs, and you have Bullard in there as like your second or whatever, your second linebacker on obvious passing downs, because he'll cover better on a tight end or somebody like that, or running back out of the backfield than McDuffie, because McDuffie's not as fast. Fine. But just stop talking trash about a guy who's on a 2-year, $8 million contract in his 5th year, who's been nothing but a professional and a very good player on this team all this time he's been here, and is voted as a captain by his teammates. The guy is a very good Packer, a great Packer.
Yeah.
I would put him up there with Desmond Bishop as far as a player who has an impact for the team. It's different. Bishop was more flashy, but McDuffie's just damn smart. Mm-hmm. He's always in the right place. Always. Sometimes he gets beat because he doesn't have the physical ability, but he's always in the right place.
And if he gets there, he's going to tackle the guy.
Yes.
He's one of our best tacklers.
Yes. Very smart, sound. Like I would rather have a guy who's in the right place every time and he just messes up once out of every 10 plays than a guy who's in the wrong place half the time. Because half the time he's screwing shit up. Mm-hmm. Okay? Just bottom line. Or he gets fooled by directional things and gets, whatever. And there's plays where McDuffie got overrun by an offensive lineman. I saw it in this game even, where he got overpowered because he's not a big guy.
Yeah. All linebackers do, though. They all do, because they're all like if a offensive guard or something gets their hands on them, they're outweighed by 50 pounds.
Right. But right now we're talking about Enagbare,
and he's very much the same.
Who's similar.
He's a similar great player. Instincts, great technique. Not the biggest, not the fastest, not the strongest, but really solid all the way around. But he makes some impact plays too, from a spot that is not that easy to make impact plays from, especially when you're not in on that many passing downs.
Yeah.
He makes impactful plays in the run. He had another TFL in this game. Right? Like,
did he? I don't even remember that one.
Yeah, that was the play where he crashed off the end. They're trying to run on the inside. He crashed off the end and cut inside. Yeah, it was a TFL. That was a tackle. That was his tackle for a loss.
I don't think it was tackle for loss.
I think it was. It's a great play. It's a great play.
I have it on video, but it might have been. I don't know.
I have your video up. You want me to put it up?
Sure.
All right, it's up.
All right. So the first thing we're going to start with is I'm just going to show one dumb thing that happened. Now, before the play started, the Packers were kind of just getting lined up and they were kind of talking and whatever, and they were a little discombobulated. And this is early in the game, or maybe it's early in the second half. I can't remember exactly when this was, but it's 3rd down. And it's kind of dumb, and I don't know what's going on here, but I'm just showing it because it's one of the few times where they were really bad. So look at this play. At the top of the screen, they had 3 receivers, a tight end and 2 receivers lined up on the top of the screen on a bunch formation.
And nobody to cover them.
And all they had was Evan Williams and Keyshawn Nixon over there. And then once the play stops, Bullard goes back into the flat. Valentine is just running backwards where there's nobody anywhere near him. McKinney just standing there, and Edrin Cooper backs up. And guess what? The first down marker is right here at the 42, and it's 3rd down. So you're talking Evan Williams has to cover all 3 of these guys at the first down marker? I don't know what is going on here, but it's dumb.
What the hell is Cooper doing? Why is he turned that way?
I don't know. Like, you would think you'd be like, hey, because all these guys are kind of in the same spot. Like these 2 are in the same spot.
I mean, there's 4 Packers within like literally a little 5-yard box there, right?
Right.
That's ridiculous.
And McKinney, I don't know. Like, McKinney has got a problem.
What is
he never attacks. He never goes to the ball is gone. Yeah, if I'm a safety and my eyes are on the quarterback and the ball is this far in the air, it's right now. It's at the 47-yard line. He should be moving to where the ball is, especially when he's looking flat-footed at the quarterback the entire time. He does not make a play. He never does. And I don't know what's going on. This is just dumb. Like, why is Cooper this far back? Why are these two guys next to each other? I don't know. Why is Evan Williams? This is a zone that's just dumb. Because almost everybody is on this side of the field. There's only 2 guys over here, and they lined up with 3 guys over there. They should have swapped it or did something. But anyways, that's just a show of a dumb play. And of course, it's a first down and whatever, because Evan Williams can't cover 3 guys, right?
I'm sure that was not the defensive call, but
well, it might have been.
You think so?
Well, here, watch. See, look at this is them getting lined up. See, they're all pointing around. Nobody knows what's going on. Bullard's pointing over here. Evan Williams is talking to Keyshawn. But they're not looking at how things are lined. And look at this guy goes in motion, and they don't change the zone. Bullard's talking to somebody. He's saying, "Hey, somebody's got to get over there. Somebody's got to get over there." So that's I'm just wanted to show that because they're definitely discombobulated before the play happens.
Yeah.
And when that player goes in motion, the defense does not adjust. I don't know whose job it is to adjust the coverage. I don't know if it's Quay Walker or if it's Xavier McKinney, but I know it's one of those two.
I think it's
who should
McKinney
be telling
on that.
everybody, who should be telling everybody, "Hey guys, now we have 3 dudes over here with only 2 guys to cover them. We have to change our coverage or slide it over or do whatever." And nobody did that. So that's either Walker or McKinney's fault, I think. When you're on the field, those are the 2 leaders, especially when it comes to coverage, and so I don't know what didn't happen there. Everybody says how smart McKinney is and how he's a great player or whatever, blah, 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 blah.
That's what we hear all the time.
He didn't do jack shit on that play.
Okay.
Anyways, but now we're going to do this game. This defense is, especially this game in particular, had a lot to do with number 1 and number 55. And those 2 guys making plays, especially on third downs. And now we're going to see a bunch of plays where these 2 guys are awesome. So the first play we're going to see is Kingsley Enagbare, who is so much better than frickin' Zadarius Smith ever was at 55. So just so we all know. He's actually lined up outside here. He doesn't get blocked on the play. But what I want you to watch is, this is a handoff, and Caleb Williams is a scary running quarterback, right? He holds his spot until he knows the ball is in the running back's hand, and then he attacks and smacks the crap out of Swift. And that's called being smart and aware. So he knows the ball's in there. Watch. Smash. And Quay Walker was there, ready for him. But who made the tackle? Let's watch that again. Quay Walker's right there. He's right here. Nobody blocks him either. Nobody's blocking him. And he just kind of stands and puddles around. But Kingsley Enagbare gets in there and smacks the piss out of him. And after the play, Quay Walker, you can tell from his body language, he's upset with himself. Well, you should be, because you should be attacking. You should be attacking and getting a tackle for loss. Okay, now this play is really cool. You got Parsons coming in on the rush. And if you look over here, you're going to see Enagbare to the right of the screen, who goes back in coverage and is our slot defender. And he's so much better than Preston Smith ever was. It's amazing. So you're going to see Parsons gets the pressure on Williams. Williams is running out, and he looks to the flat to try to get to his tight end, but he has no outlet pass. And you know why? Because Kingsley Enagbare can actually cover guys, because he's actually on him. Instead of just standing there in the zone and not moving, he goes with the frickin' receiver to cover him, and then it's a throwaway. So that's pressure from Parsons, coverage by Enagbare. Guess what happens on this play? Enagbare bumps the receivers so they don't get a clean jam. And look, they're bunched up here, right? And then he drops back in coverage. And on the other side, Parsons takes on 3 freaking offensive linemen so that Gary gets a clean shot at the quarterback. So if you look back at Williams here at the quarterback, you got 2 Packers coming screaming at him, and you got 4 guys who are trying to cover Parsons. And then if you look over here, you got Enagbare, who's covering the flat, and his eyes are on the quarterback, but he's watching. And as soon as he sees that ball go, he moves to where the ball is thrown. Watch Enagbare. Or as soon as this ball is thrown, then look at where Enagbare goes, and he's going to follow that ball immediately. Boom, the ball's thrown, he goes. Instead of just standing there and doing nothing, he's covering guys when he drops back. So not only is he making plays in the running game, not only is he's also covering guys in certain situations. This is the same play, just the other angles. You're going to watch what happens here with Parsons, where he just destroys everything. Then you get like 2 free runners at the quarterback because everybody's so worried about Micah Parsons. And Gary gets easy pressure. Well, actually, this Parsons going in there's both of them.
Yeah, it's a good twist.
But it's really cool to see how Jeff Hafley is dropping back Kingsley Enagbare on these plays as a coverage guy.
I don't understand what I just saw.
Well, it's pretty damn sweet. Now this is going to
Considering
be.
I haven't seen it in years from that guy, that
yeah.
spot.
Well, now we're seeing Parsons on the blitz, and this is when he just destroys guys, and then Kingsley Enagbare gets the sack. They try to chip Kingsley here with the running back, which is dumb. The right tackle totally just lets him go, and then it's an easy sack for him. But it's also made up because Parsons just destroyed the right guard and the left, or the right guard, and the right tackle was like, I don't know what's going on. And he just turned his back and ignored the Kingsley Enagbare, which was really stupid.
He didn't piss around though. He closed on him and he took him down with a good tackle.
Beautiful. Now here's a play. Guess what happens on this play? Both Kingsley Enagbare and Micah Parsons drop in coverage.
Damn.
Yeah, that's crazy. Jeff Hafley is pulling out some cool crap on this freaking stuff. So you're gonna what? They're both lined up here and they both go back. Boom. Remember the last time when we saw trips to that side of the field and there was nobody to cover them?
Mm-hmm.
Hafley figured it out. He was like, okay, if there's trips on that side of the field, whoever the two guys are over there, you're dropping back in coverage. Everybody else is going after the quarterback. And guess what? This time we get pressure on Williams, and we have two guys here covering the flat and covering the middle of the field, and Enagbare and Parsons, who take away the passing lanes for Caleb Williams, and he has to throw it away. Now you have Gary, who can't get there, of course. But look, we got Kingsley Enagbare backing up. We got all these guys covering. You had Keyshawn in there covering the flat, and the ball gets to get thrown away. That's another cool play by Jeff Hafley, dropping these two guys in coverage and making plays. And that's pretty important. Now, here's the last three plays of the game.
Excuse me. I just got to say, I'd like to see a side-by-side Kingsley Enagbare and Rashawn Gary running, because as Rashawn Gary runs so straight up, Kingsley Enagbare has like a really strong forward lean. It'd be really weird to see, like interesting to see how different their bodies are placed when they run.
Yeah.
But he has all his momentum going forward, and he's also can be low and make really good tackles on people too.
And Gary's always upright.
Yeah.
Which gives up his whole body for the offensive lineman or anybody really to block him. And it also slows him down. You want to be smaller and closer, which actually gives you.
If you're running, where does your momentum go if your torso is way up like this?
It's going
Whereas
nowhere.
if you lean forward, you got a little bit more weight and momentum going forward, right? It's just that's how they teach you how to run. It's weird.
So this is second down, the last three defensive plays. Well, the guys we want to watch here, Evan Williams, and also I think Kingsley Enagbare is going to make a play. Also McDuffie. So these three guys, because the run's going to go to that side, and those three guys are really good. But Evan Williams is the guy who gets, I think the left tackle takes him on, and he just sheds the block immediately and makes a tackle for like no gain. Because on first down, they got like 8 yards or 7 yards. So this is like second 3 or second 2. All right, so you got right here, you've got Kingsley Enagbare who gets pressure to the inside. You've got the left tackle, and you've got a lead blocker, and all they need is a couple yards. Also, McDuffie's getting blocked here by the tight end. But watch Evan Williams when he goes up against the left tackle here. He gets skinny, lowers his shoulders so he can get around him.
Mm-hmm.
And now you got Quay Walker, who's unblocked, and also Evan Williams, who's going to take care of that running back and stop him for no gain. But if Evan Williams didn't do that, that running back would have an outlet, and Walker wouldn't have been able to get there to make the play.
Right.
So it's a good combination by both of those two guys. Now, this is going to be the play where Enagbare just destroys the running back. And I thought he came from this side of the field, but he actually comes from the other side of the field, holds up his guy, and then just beelines it and crushes him.
Yeah, because that caused fourth down, right?
Yes. But the other key factor to this is look at the pressure by the two D tackles, because he goes around him to the outside. So I think what's happening here is that it's not getting enough credit is Carl Brooks and whoever, I can't remember who the other guy was there, but look at how far in the backfield those two guys were. And that gave Kingsley Enagbare the chance to run behind them to make that tackle on third down.
Sure. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like nobody's talking about that. What would happen if those two guys, who's that, 96?
Yeah, Colby Wooden and him. Yeah, and Brooks.
Yeah, if those two guys would have gotten blown up or something, Enagbare can't make that play. But because both Wooden and Brooks penetrate and force the offensive lineman backwards, that gives Kingsley a chance to run right where those guys would have been if they got blown up to then make that tackle. And nobody's talking about these two D tackles. They're saying the D tackles didn't make great plays. I think that's not, well, we know Brooks made one. I got that in video later, but watch how these two guys are going to get penetration. Great job. Look at Carl Brooks take on the double team. And that's what frees Kingsley to make that tackle. And he hits him hard.
Yeah.
So that's two huge plays. One by Evan Williams. This one, Kingsley Enagbare. And now we're going to see the Keyshawn pick. And you were talking about this. So we want to watch what happens when we got the tight end moving in motion. Evan Williams is supposed to apparently go with the tight end, and he just doesn't because he's worried about the run.
Right.
So he just lets him go.
He's worried about the run and flat. So you got like Williams with Swift going to the flat where he could throw it to him, or he could just run. So that's why they're very focused on that, because they're trying to stop him from getting 1 yard, right? That's the thing.
Yeah. But it's not just Williams. I mean, if you look here, you've got Valentine, Walker. Yeah. They're all looking at the quarterback and Cooper. All four of these guys. None of them are even paying attention to the tight end. Now, I think it was supposed to be Williams who's supposed to cover him. And then at the bottom of the screen, McKinney is worried about the tight end that moved in motion. And Keyshawn is here, and his guy is too, who's coming behind the formation, which is very sneaky, so he doesn't get into the wash, and all he needs is 1 yard, right? So he's supposed to come around and then sneak up and then get that first down from here. And Keyshawn's got to worry about him. And the smart thing Keyshawn does is when he sees that his guy's behind the line of scrimmage, he's like, well, there's a bunch of guys over there. And then he notices the tight end is not covered, and he's like, oh, crap-a-roni, and he takes off after it, right? So right now, he's like, I'm going to the tight end. I don't care. And if you look here, too, wide open, because nobody worried about him because that was Keyshawn's guy. But Keyshawn just voided him and went for the cover him. Now, was it a great pass? No. Was it a dumb pass? Yeah. But Caleb Williams was not expecting the corner from the opposite side of the field to come all the way over and cover that tight end. That's just awareness, helping out your teammates. And you can tell from Evan Williams' body language that he was not exactly as happy on that play, on that pick, because he was like, crap, that was my guy.
Yep.
But still, it's pretty sweet. There's Keyshawn again, just takes off. And Williams should have seen him. I mean, he's still in the, like, he didn't throw it until after Keyshawn was already on his way over there. But it's a great play. Great play by Keyshawn. Great play by Kingsley before that, and a great play by Williams before that to get around the block. So, everybody's talking about how great Keyshawn is, and it was great. But without that play doesn't happen if Kingsley doesn't make the tackle before that. And if Evan Williams doesn't get off the block of the left tackle, so that Quay Walker, so the running back comes back in, so Quay Walker can make a tackle who didn't get blocked at all on that play. Those are all things that happen. And Kingsley doesn't make his tackle if Carl Brooks and Wooden don't get penetration, which give him an easy access to the running back immediately. So a lot of great plays by a bunch of different guys working together. But the guys who have the most awareness, of course, which is Williams, Keyshawn, Kingsley Enagbare, those guys are making plays out there because they got brains in the head, and Isaiah McDuffie. Those are the guys with like the late round picks who are smart. And that's why we drafted them, because the scout was like, hey, Goody, this guy in the 4th round, 5th round is a steal because he's a player. And every one of those guys was a steal because they're a player, or not even drafted in Keyshawn Nixon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Pretty cool.
I look at some of his, I was looking up some stuff on him and saw some of his like college stuff. So he went to South Carolina, and he was a pretty big corner. Like he was not like tall, but he was just like strong as hell, even in college, and then fast and made some plays like that. And so it was kind of surprising that he didn't get drafted at all, but I guess, maybe just a little undersized, or maybe his 40 time wasn't as good, or I don't know the whole situation, but not coincidentally, or maybe coincidentally, Enagbare also went to South Carolina. So I don't know, maybe defensive players from South Carolina for that stretch of time were pretty good there. Seems like we got a couple of good ones. So I think it's funny that there's all the, all the stuff, all the hype about certain guys, and then we keep seeing these same guys make plays. The one thing I noticed, did you notice how gassed after a while Carl Brooks looked? A couple of cut shots of Carl Brooks like later in the game. He was huffing and puffing. So he played almost 70% of the snaps. Carl Brooks, Colby Wooden are used to playing around like 50, 45, 50% of the snaps, maybe 55. They played almost 70% of the snaps because of all the injuries. So
Yeah.
it's a lot of snaps for those guys.
It's definitely definitely a game changer. I think Brooks actually played less than 50%, but I mean, he's another one of those guys who he's like McDuffie. He's not like a superstar. Even when he was coming out, like he played outside linebacker in college at 270 pounds or whatever. He played outside linebacker, which was crazy. And he wasn't fast. He ran super slow at the combine. And that's how he fell to the 6th round. People were like, well, I don't know what this guy's going to do. And the Packers took him as an outside linebacker and put him the D tackle at 280 pounds or 290 pounds or whatever he was, even though he was a pass rusher in college. And he's just smart and he's got moves. And so, I mean, that's valuable. A guy who's smart and has moves and can do things and is aware. Like, what more do you need? But yeah, so that's pretty sweet.
So JJ's said earlier that he hopes these 2 D tackles, the big guys that we picked up, are worth, a crap. And I mean, at least one thing, and Matt LaFleur at least talked about this too. Just at least one thing we know is they're different body type. They're bigger guys compared to the guys we have. So either way, it's good to have. I mean, the trade deadline's passed. All these other things are out there. The fact you can pick up a couple of 330 some pound dudes for your defensive line because you had so many issues and you have big injuries. Hey, that's a win. And you never know. You never know when it's going to be like a Howard Green situation. You just never know, right?
Yeah, but Howard Green was a veteran who was
I know.
Awesome. These 2 guys are pretty young, I think. But actually, one of them I think has got some playing time. The guy they picked up, the second guy, but the first guy is definitely like a young guy. But yeah,
they're big. We need big guys. Got to have big guys sometimes. Okay, well, that's some good stuff. I love the play of those guys. Obviously, they're players that we've talked about for a long time. Now I'm glad to see the regular Packer beat writers asking questions about them, bringing their names up, putting some attention on them because they deserve it and they're playing great. And Kingsley Enagbare, 56% of the snaps in this game. He had 4 tackles, 4 solo tackles, all solo tackles. He had the 1 sack and 1 TFL in this game. And Rashawn Gary only 57% of the snaps. So it goes to show you that some people are paying attention and at least getting a better distribution.
Well, the thing is, though, he's been making like good plays his whole career.
Yeah, for sure.
But he never got that much playing time because when he first started, we had Za'Darius, and then they forced Gary out there. And then even when they drafted Van Ness and he was still kind of playing, but they still had Preston Smith, who they tried to force into the starting lineup, and Kingsley had to come in off the bench. And so he never really got a chance to like showcase himself all the time. He still made plays and he was still solid. And now they're maybe realizing, Hafley is here and he's like, yeah, you know what? F this. I'm playing the guy who makes plays, which is awesome.
Well, and like you said too, it's part of what Micah Parsons does, right? Micah Parsons causes a lot of havoc, gets a lot of attention. So to have a guy who creates that situation, if you have aware guys around him, because he's going to cause some adjustments, like the offense is going to get kind of screwed up, and then people are going to adjust, or the quarterback's going to start to move, or he's going to start to run, or whatever. So to have like aware dudes in there who like can just capitalize on that, like, yes, it helps them make a play, but they also are aware and quick to make a play, like Enagbare is, where Gary, that stuff happens. It takes him a little while to notice it because he's tied up in his rush or his bull rush or whatever he's trying to do. And then he's also slower to get there. So then he doesn't make those plays. And that's the difference. So Parsons, yes, very impactful, but you got to have good cleanup guys. You got to have a good cleanup crew. Finally came to me. And Kingsley is definitely good on the cleanup crew. So any other standouts, or you want to go to some plays, or you want me to talk about my next Matt LaFleur clip as he pumps up my guy?
Next Matt LaFleur clip.
Damn. How long have I been pumping up Bo Melton?
Since he was a Seahawk?
No, since the draft. And Ruck, when he said he was one of the guys that wanted the Packers to draft, and then somehow he went all the way to the 7th round, and the Seahawks picked him, and then they didn't do nothing with him. And then the Packers just globbed him off there late in the season. And Matt LaFleur, who again gushed on Evan Williams, glazed him up a couple weeks ago. He was glazing Bo Melton here too. Let me clip to that. He's at 14 minutes. Sorry about that. All right, I'll get Maddie going here. Here's what he has to say about Bo Melton.
Why was it so important to keep Bo on this team?
Oh, Bo is one of us. He is made of the right stuff. He is a G. So just his contributions, I think you could see it, just how excited. I mean, everybody's excited when you score a touchdown, but I don't know if you guys saw the sidelines and just how everybody reacted when he scored that touchdown. I mean, we've got to be careful that we don't have guys coming off the bench without their helmet on. So, but they were fired up for Bo, and Bo just, what you're going to get every time. You're going to get his absolute best. He is going to fight for everything out there. And what's so cool is just the moment's never too big for him, whether it's on special teams, defense, offense. And for him to be in that situation and make obviously a very impactful play was pretty cool.
What do you thought of how he's?
So he also is still available for defense if need be as well. Yeah. So he's practicing with the defense and now getting these offensive snaps from time to time. So he had the big 45-yard touchdown. He had a couple other blocking plays and some other plays he's in there. He had 9 offensive snaps in the game.
Wow. It seemed like he was out there more than that.
I know, didn't it? But that's because you noticed him, because he was doing stuff.
Yeah. And Romeo, I don't think I noticed him at all in the whole game.
Except for when he was punt returning, which we still don't know why that's the case.
Because nobody else can catch the ball, apparently.
I don't get that one.
I don't know.
Anyway, yeah, I looked at it, and Bo, 9 offensive snaps, man, but made an impact as well, just because he's the guy. He's just the guy that plays his butt off, and you can tell, right? I think this has been pretty consistent. Tell me if I'm wrong, that Matt LaFleur, and categorized by Aaron Rodgers as a grinder, not a genius, not a great coach, none of those other things, but a grinder, right? He certainly has a lot of admiration and really enjoys and likes and pumps up players who come in, work hard, bust their ass, and give him everything they have, whether they're the most talented players or not, because he knows he's getting the most out of those guys, and he certainly shows a lot of admiration and respect for those guys that do that.
Yeah, no doubts.
And just coincidentally, those are kind of my favorite guys too. But
yeah, me too, except for Sayes Lewis. That was the only one I don't know why he liked him so much. He really didn't do anything. I mean, I know everybody talks him up, and all the Packer fans think he was great, and I'm like, I don't get it.
We got some offensive plays. What are we looking at here?
Okay, this is second down on the first drive when Love gets sacked, and it's a stupid play call. It's just dumb. The routes don't help each other. Nobody gets open. I don't quite know what's going on. So this is not a Love stinks play. This is just a dumb offensive play call. So as you see in here, you got Christian Watson who runs out over here. You got Romeo who runs out over here. And then you're going to see the tight end go to the flat, and this tight end go to the flat, and this running back turn around. And the defense can just sit there and watch and go to wherever the guy goes, and they all just stand there and nobody's open. Because there's no routes that work together in combination.
And nobody's putting pressure on the deep middle at all.
So you got a good pocket here. Jordan Love's got plenty of time. He's looking for Christian Watson, but he's got a safety over the top covering here. If you look to the top of the screen, Romeo Dobbs has got a guy grabbing him. Safety over the top over here. Then you got a coverage on your slow tight end, coverage on your tight end, coverage on your running back out of the backfield, who is Wilson at this point. And even though Love has time, he really has nowhere to go. That makes any sense. I mean, he should probably dump the ball over here or over here to the tight ends. But he doesn't. He thinks he can do something more with it. And then, of course, we end up getting pressure in the middle, and then we get a big, huge sack because he's a freaking idiot. Nothing's going to happen. Nothing's going to happen on that play when both safeties are bracketing both wide receivers who already are covered by corners. Dump it off immediately. It's second down. It's not third down. It's not like, what are you waiting for? You can't be expecting the offensive line to hold up forever. He had a perfect pocket. He had the flats who he could have thrown the ball to. But also, it was a dumb play because nobody, like, the routes didn't work together to get anybody open. It was probably the dumbest play I've ever seen. Like, I don't know why you even run this play. But anyways, so yeah, what's your comments on that play?
Well, I mean, there's nobody putting any pressure in the middle of the field.
No.
Right? If you want to run two like deep corners or whatever by your outside guys, you have to get the attention of the safeties by running somebody up the seam, right? To pull one of them off, or at least have them honor that. And if you do that, even if you do that in this, if you have running one of those, okay, let me go back to it real quick. The bigger view showed how they just sat on the guys in the flat, right? Those defenders that's gonna be their coverage anyway. It's the flat. So if you take one of those tight ends, you run him up the seam, straight up the seam. He's pulling the middle linebacker back, right? So then maybe your running back dump off is more productive right in the middle.
Yeah.
Or if that linebacker doesn't back up enough, he's pulling one of the safeties over off of your outside guy. So it's a one-on-one.
Yeah. Or instead of doing two flat routes with the tight ends, have one tight end do a flat, have the other one do a cross across the whole field, so that when he gets over there, there's the two other the linebackers went with the running back and the tight end, and then the other tight end who's coming across the field has got the big body, and he uses his body to shield off the safety or whoever, and that gives you an easy throw over the middle of the field too.
I mean, there's zero value in running both your tight ends to the flat like that when you have a check down right over the middle.
Yeah.
And it's doing, like you said, it's doing absolutely nothing for you. And just those simple adjustments with those two players would have created multiple opportunities for Jordan Love in the play, right? Multiple opportunities.
Like how many times they do it, Aaron Jones, where he would just sit in the flat and do nothing. I'm just like, God, what a Texas route.
Annoying.
And then the one time he ran a Texas route against the Bears, he scored a touchdown and then got hurt, pulled the hamstring, but that was his last year at the Packers. This is the next play where Love throws the pick.
Oh, yeah.
He's got perfect pocket. I don't know what he's looking at. This is another one. It's 3rd and 1,000,000.
I don't know what happened here, but
I don't know what he's trying to do. He just throws it right to the bear.
Yeah.
I think he's trying to throw it to this in-breaking route because Jaden Reed is taking the linebacker deep with him.
Yeah.
But the guy's sitting right there. Like, I don't know what he's looking at. So he just throws it right to him. I don't know. It's just, I don't get it. Now, they weren't in field goal range anyways.
Well, they were almost prior to the sack. They almost were.
Well, yes, before the sack, but then you already had the sack, and then this is just two terrible plays in a row. And they just weren't good. Now, thankfully, he got better throughout the game.
Mm-hmm.
And the Love Stinks thing is just based on the song that's out there. It's a joke. I don't think he's awful. I'm just saying everybody's talking him up like he's like this possible MVP player, and it's like he's not. And you can tell from all kinds of actually that ball just wobbled weird too. It's almost like I think he started to throw it and then he saw that guy there and he tried to stop it. Is what I'm guessing. And then he still couldn't let it, and then it just wobbled and it was even worse.
Yeah, because it definitely didn't come out the way you wanted it to or whatever. But interesting thing about the game, but about that particular first drive, right? I'm watching that drive and I'm like, I mean, I almost sent you a text right before the sack. I was about to send you the text, and then the sack happened. I'm like, this might be the best, most efficient, like well-run offensive drive I've seen by the Packers this year. They were making productive plays. They're not, there weren't any big plays, so they had to methodically work the ball down the field. They had to be, on point on short throws, get their blocks. Running backs had to grind out yards, but they were being productive. No stupid penalties, no stupid other things to set you back. Like, this is a really good drive. And then that sack, and then that play, and I was like, oh, okay, well, never mind. But I just that's the thing that the Packers haven't been able to do, right? They're so reliant on big plays that they can't They can't do a sustained, 15, 14 play methodical drive and work it down the field. And at some point against some team, especially in the playoffs, they're going to need to do that. They are going to need to do that more than once in a game. And they got to figure out how to do it. So, all right, go ahead. What's this one? Christian Watson?
The Bears are bringing 8 guys, but the Packers offensive line and tight end and Chris Brooks pick it up. Actually, watch Sean Ryan's going to beat the snot out of this guy. It's pretty sweet. Right here. Oh, no, actually, it just falls down. But look at this pocket Jordan Love has. Yeah. Okay, actually, they sent 7 because this guy's just sitting here in this corner.
Doing absolutely nothing. That's fantastic.
Once Love sees that the safety comes up for read, he knows he's got this. But here's the problem. This is why Love stinks. Look at this pocket and watch the way he throws this ball. What the fuck is that? And the ball hangs in the air. The ball hangs in the air. Where should that ball have been thrown?
In the end zone, like 4 yards deep.
That ball should have been thrown. First of all, you should be throwing into your freaking throw. The ball should have been thrown here. And Christian Watson would have ran across the field and caught it because he had the guy beat. But instead, because he floats it off his back foot like a numbnuts, as Mom would say back in the day.
Ooh, there you go. Yep.
Look at Watson's got him beat. But now he's got to stop. Right now, he's already got him beat. If this ball's thrown, luckily Christian Watson is doing so much better at judging where the ball's going in the air this year. He's doing amazing, by the way.
But what's the other? Remember the thing I said? He's already turned back around looking at it.
Yeah.
He's not having to catch it over his shoulder.
Right.
So when he can turn his shoulders and look at it, he's good.
But he's got a yard separation, which he could turn into 2-3 yards if the ball's thrown where it should have been thrown.
Right.
But he's got to slow down, and then this guy's going to bump into him, and he's got to freaking catch it, contested catch, because Love throws off his back foot when he had a perfect pocket. It's just dumb. But Watson did a great job of shielding the defender with his big body and coming back for the ball. And I want to see what happens in this pass protection, because they send 7 guys, and all of our 7 guys pick it up. So they do a good job here.
Yeah, some dudes fall down, and that helps them out. But
yep. Well, we got 1-on-block, 1-on-1, 1-on-1, 1-on-1.
Yeah, they're trying to do a big like stunt here on the Packers' left side, but then the dude falls down. Well, that's helpful.
And look over here, Wiley blocking the safety.
That's great technique. That's
great blocks, great blocking. But I mean, I'm just telling you, there might be a secret something going on later. But anyways, great play by Christian Watson. Great play by the offensive line. No need to throw off your back foot, Jordan Love. Now, there was a play earlier where a guy came screaming at him, and he was in his face. And he did a great job of falling off his back foot and throwing it and getting rid of the ball really quick to Musgrave. And it was beautiful. It was a great play by Love. But that's just an example of why? You threw a underthrown wussy ball because you threw it off your back foot instead of throwing a laser beam to the spot where Watson would have been wide open, because he definitely beat the guy and he's got more speed, and it would have been a perfect pass. It would have looked beautiful. That would have been an Aaron Rodgers beautiful play. But instead, it's an off your back foot wussy pass, which I don't like. Now, this is your guy, Bo Melton, since we talked about him earlier.
I mean, do that when you need to, but not when you have all that room. Step into your throw.
And the fact that he can do it is great. And here's another one. Look at this pocket he's got again. And here's another problem where this safety is jumping this inside route, and that gives Bo Melton that open spot, and all he's got to do is beat 9, who's already on the outside, so he's got the inside, and Love sees it, which is great. But let's watch Love's how he throws this ball again. He sort of gets into that one, but it's still underthrown. And Bo's got to wait. Oh, and if that safety was a good or a little bit faster, that's a pick. That's a pick. That thing needs to be out and further downfield if he can get it there. Now, it's a long pass. I know it's a long pass. It was like 55, 60 yards in the air. So it's not like it's not easy. But
ready to pause again here. Pause right here. Right there. Okay, what in the fuck is he going to do? How's he going to throw the ball with his feet and his body position like that? How is he ready to throw the ball to anybody? I am pretty damn sure that the footwork of the quarterback is not coached to ever be parallel and his
No.
full body facing downfield where he needs to throw the ball. Like,
Yeah.
so that's also part of the reason why like it's good that he flips, but then he's already he got his feet over there late. Now he's still got plenty of space to step into it.
He also didn't.
does,
Look at where his foot is when he throws this ball. By the way,
right. It's launched.
he doesn't lead. He doesn't lead with his foot forward. He actually pushes
Goes
out
to
with
the-
his foot.
Right.
And
It
that's
goes
why-
to the left,
And that's
then
why it
throws
floats
to the
back, right? And that's why Bo Melton had to slow down and wait for it because he didn't lead with his left foot.
right. Mm-hmm.
Wherever your left foot goes, that's where the ball's going to go.
Right.
So if your left foot flies out to the right, your ball's going to float to the right, and that or left, I mean. And that's what happened. And Bo, look at him; he's waiting. That was too close. I mean, if that would have been Nick Collins would have picked that shit off.
For a guy for a guy that was that open and the safety that was in that bad of a spot, he should never even sniffed that. It shouldn't have been that close.
Yeah, we got Bo Melton on the field again here. I don't know why I have this as a love stinks play, but we'll find out. Bo Melton back in motion. There's the reason why it's here. Oh, I know why. Right here. Okay, so you've got number 1 who's going deep back. You got 35. If you look at him, he's pushing off on Bo. What you're going to see is Bo's going to go on a streak, and 35 is going to go with him, and you're going to see a receiver come into at the 45-yard line for the first down. I think this is third down. So Love should throw this ball. When he hits his back foot and stationary, it should be gone. Right there. He has plenty of time, but he's worried about Zach Tom getting beat. It's Zach Tom. But if you look over here at the 45-yard line. See how Bo Melton's running? 35 is behind him. And look at Jaden Reed is right there. He's cutting right off of Bo Melton's lead. This is a great route combination of they call it a dagger, where this guy's going straight, this guy's doing the out route. That ball should be in the air by now because this linebacker ain't going to get it. And this corner has got his eyes. He doesn't know where the ball is. Now, if he is aware and he's some corners are pretty smart and they'll like look at body language and he might see Jaden Reed coming out of the corner of his eye and he might turn around and like pick it off. I don't know. But the ball should be in the air and thrown right here at the 45-yard line because Bo's going up and this guy's going with him. And it should be an open play. But Love freaks out, doesn't throw it there. And look right here. Look at Jaden Reed. Actually, he's at the 50. I mean, it's going to be wide open. And now Love comes in the pocket and he's looking here. There is no receiver over here. The only guy is the tight end. It's not anywhere near the first down. Why is he doing that? Why is he worried about Zach Tom? Zach Tom is the best. He does get beat on the play, but he keeps the guy in front of him. So it's just, I don't know what Love's doing.
You check it up to Watson here or what?
No, he runs around and freaking, I don't know what he does.
Okay.
Just throws it out of bounds. Even though
and then Bo was open.
Look, well, not only Bo wasn't open, but Jaden Reed was open, kind of. He would have threw it over the top. Bo was like way downfield somewhere. Oh, he was over here. I don't know.
Yeah, he cut inside and then was like, "Hey, I'm open." And no,
oh yeah,
just throw it away.
Well, I'm sure that wasn't his route. I'm sure it was like a scramble play where he ran away.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is this: Love doesn't have the vision. Or if he's freaking out about Zach Tom getting beat, which I would not worry about Zach Tom getting beat. If he gets beat, then you get sacked, and it's his fault. It's Zach Tom's fault. But when you go back, and if you hit your back foot, and you see one defender for two receivers on that side of the field, especially with Bo Melton moving in motion on a play-action play.
Why didn't Jacobs get a hit on that guy? What is he doing?
I don't know. Jacob should have helped Zach Tom.
Freaking throw your shoulder into him and help him out.
The ball should be out. Like now, basically. And I don't know what he's doing. He's doing weird stuff and he's jumping around and it's just, I don't get it.
Yeah. That's not his game. Let's just be real.
So here's another Love Stinks play. I don't know what it is, but we'll figure it out. We'll show it again. I'm telling you, he's not as good as everybody says. Here we go.
Well, I know.
Look at this. Look at this.
Perfect
pocket. Jaden Reed coming across the middle. Wide ass open. There's no what are we doing? Right? Throw the ball. Where does he throw this ball?
Chucks it up deep.
He chucks it up deep on second down to a covered Romeo Dobbs, and it's underthrown shit ball. I mean, what are we doing? This is simple. Look at this. It's wide. And not only is this wide open, this is a play where Jaden Reed catches this. He's running for another 10, 15, 20 possible touchdown. You hit the guy in stride. Why are we doing this? Chuck it up for a contested pass. That's dumb. And that's why love stinks. It's stupid. You can't get a guy any more open than this. It's freaking stupid is what it is. It's plain stupid. And I just, it's not MVP level play. It's getting lucky against the Bears. Like the Bears, I don't know. Oh, yeah, now we got 29 stinks. And this hurts me because 29 was Rasul Douglas, who's the man. But this 29, I don't know what he is.
Terrible tackler.
Let's watch him here on this play. This is a running play, and I've never seen anybody. Actually, it's a passing play.
Okay.
Watch how he goes back, and Valentine has the flat, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's obvious he's got some sort of flat coverage here. This is a 3 deep zone, or these two guys are deep. I don't know what this coverage is. I don't know if Kingsley's supposed to be further back, Quay Walker's supposed to be further back. It was probably a play action play, and these guys jumped it.
Yep.
But it's obvious his eyes are on the quarterback, and the receiver is here. What I want you to watch is this. Ball is thrown. Now, it's a hard thrown ball. There is nobody deep here. Why is he 10 yards back away from this receiver? He should not be that far off, especially when he knows that the other corner is playing a flat route or, playing more over this way. He just sits back there and gives this wide open play. I mean, there's nobody within 10 yards of him. Why is he not coming up and covering the guy? He's in your zone. Get up there and cover him. It's easy first down, wide ass open. The other thing that bothers me is not only, okay, I want to watch, let's watch how long it takes. Now, this is slow motion, but.
Well, for a guy who's so aware.
So the ball is thrown. The ball is thrown right now. Watch,
Yep.
Xavier McKinney is at the 21-yard line. When the
Right.
ball is caught, Xavier McKinney is at the 21-yard line. He does not move. He doesn't move. He's actually at the 20-yard line. Did you watch him? He doesn't do anything. And then he stands around. What is he doing? Now look at this.
Oh boy. Yep. No,
The ball is clear.
blocking
He's
you.
looking right at it. The ball is clearly in the running back's hand.
Nobody blocking you.
Get up and make a tackle, please. Can you go and be aggressive and do your job? Make a tackle. Be aggressive. But no, he just kind of stands there and does nothing. And then the guy gets 8-10 yards. And you might say, oh, that's picky, Ben. You had Cooper there and whatever. Cooper was actually being blocked, and he got off the block, thank God. What if he couldn't get off the block? McKinney should have been there to make that play.
That's easy to diagnose, and there's nobody blocking you. Get your
let's
ass
look
up in
right
there
at
and
it.
do something. Yeah, get your ass up in there and support.
Now, here's a play where he's coming right up in the front, and everybody's down here. This is obviously man, because Valentine is moving in motion here. And Evan Williams is on the outside, and McKinney obviously has no man assignment in this play because he's the safety. Because it's obvious if Evan Williams is lined up way over here, that means the guy he's supposed to cover is one of these tight ends because Valentine is moving in motion. So this is a man coverage play with McKinney. It must be a free player, right? He doesn't cover anybody. So his job is to look at the quarterback and look where the ball goes. The ball's handed off. Now he's backing up. He doesn't know that the ball's handed off, I guess, and that's fine. Maybe he can't see through all these guys. But now I want you to watch. He does know it is now. And he's tripping and stripping and flooping, and then he falls. He's just
Did he get
Not an
assistant
aggressive
tackle
player.
on that?
probably. Now this play I'm showing because watch Evan Williams on this play. He's 8 yards away from the line of scrimmage, right?
And it's a cluster right there.
And he sees the scrum. He doesn't quite know what's going on, but as soon as he recognizes the running back has the ball, watch him. Go, smack, attack, tackle. That's the difference.
Here's McKinney standing back there again.
Yeah. And actually the play went to his side, but because he's standing there doing nothing, he doesn't do anything. He doesn't do anything. He doesn't impact the game. He just doesn't.
Yep.
And Andy Herman on his show talks about when he does his grades and stuff, and he's like, "Oh, Evan Williams is my favorite player to watch. He's just everywhere. He's everywhere. He's everywhere." But then he still says, "But Xavier McKinney is really good, but he's never a high graded. He's never a top 3 graded defensive player on Andy Herman's list." Because you know why? Because you have to be able to make plays to actually get a grade. He's never a bad graded player because he just stands around. If you just stand around, you're just neutral grade. You don't do anything, right? Well, you should get a negative grade.
He must have had the deep responsibility in that play, right? You could say that all the time.
Well, it's not even like, they're saying that he's a complete non-factor in the run game. He's not just a run game; it's the passing game too. He doesn't cover when guys come in his play. How many times have you watched when a running back gets through the initial line of scrimmage? Does Xavier McKinney attack that running back, or does he start running backwards to get the angle on the running back, and the running back runs for another 10, 15 yards? Have you ever seen that? How many times have you seen that? I've seen it a bunch. Where Evan Williams attacks.
We used to see it with Amos, right?
Yeah. He's afraid to tackle. That's all there is to it.
He does not like to tackle, and he's a safety. It's part of the job. It's a big part of the job because on the majority of those running plays in particular, you are unblocked. You are not blocked. Get your nose up in there and make a tackle. And then on pass coverage, he's never asked to single man coverage anybody. So if you're not man coverage and you're playing safety, then you have to be able to make plays and help out. And he doesn't even do that. Just think, Ben, if he didn't have the start to his Green Bay tenure be interception, playing bad quarterbacks who threw some dumbass. But he made 2 or 3 good plays in there, right? Where I'll give him credit for. He read them. He made.
He's not a bad player. He's not a bad player, but he's not an impactful player.
Not at all. But if he didn't have that run to start last year, what do you think the fans and the analysts and everybody be saying about him right now, based on what we've seen for the last full season plus, right? Because
he's Rashawn Gary of the secondary.
Yeah,
that's
what
he's there.
Is. He's there. He's a nice guy. He's a good vocal leader.
Yeah, he's
apparently
a good leader,
he's really smart, but
I don't know.
He doesn't do anything.
It just bothers me because he took my guy's spot. He took my guy's number, and he's just not good enough. And there's a Bear fan here. That's what makes me want to barf. Sorry, Bear fan, that you lost. Not really. But anyways, the other thing too I wanted to just talk about was the Love Stink stuff, where Andy Herman does his grades this week.
Yeah,
I keep bringing up Andy Herman a lot, but he didn't give Love a great grade. He gave him an okay positive grade because he also saw the truth.
MVP.
He still says MVP category, yes, but listen, and I'm not saying Love is bad. The whole Love Stinks thing is because it's play on the song Love Stinks. It's funny. He's not actually stinky. He's actually a good player, but he's definitely not an MVP candidate. He definitely needs to fucking throw the ball in rhythm when you have a clean pocket, please. Stop this off your back foot bull crap because it's dumb.
It's great
throws, if you got a guy in your face. That's great. And can you get away from some sacks that way? Sure. But we just saw from this game, Caleb Williams, holy snap macaroni. That guy is faster than crap. He gets out of stuff. He makes Jordan Love look like he's playing in like cement compared to what what Caleb Williams is doing. Caleb Williams is like a freaking monster, a speed demon, crazy guy.
Yep.
And if he ever figures it out, then I'm going to be scared. Right now, I'm not scared. But
if you ever think
Jordan Love needs to figure his crap out. I mean, his ability to step and throw the ball off his back foot is definitely a positive thing when there's pressure in his face, and that's great. And he does a good job there. But when the pocket is secure and you know it, step into your throw. Give your guy a better chance. Also, learn to read coverage. If the guy's going to be open, don't throw a freaking contested bomb when it's going to be a nice 15 yards out route. Oh, my God. That would have been a huge play.
I feel like 2 years ago and even last year, he was better at that, like anticipating those guys coming open and letting those rip versus trying to chuck it deep. But now he's falling into this chuck it deep stuff. And yeah, you hit some of them, but it doesn't mean you turn down like that play you showed before. I mean, where it's man coverage, Reed's coming open over the middle, and the guy's got his the other corner, outside corner's got his back turned. He's flying upfield. Like, throw the ball there.
Yeah.
Throw the ball right behind his ass, and you got a big gain. It's a really nice completion. It's easy because it's wide open. The other key point about that, when Love gets pressured and has to throw off his back foot and it's successful, well, what's the reason, right? What is the reason? You don't need to be as accurate when there's not as many guys out there in pass coverage, and especially when it's man coverage and most of them have their back turned toward you. Like we saw crazy accuracy from Aaron Rodgers in those situations where a guy wasn't open, but the defender had their back turned. Rodgers would throw it right past their head, and like their guy would catch it. That was insane. Like that shit was crazy, but that's because he knew he could put the ball wherever the hell he wanted to. Love can't do that shit, but you get a lot of leeway there. There's a lot of latitude when the dude is not looking at the ball and he's covering one guy and your guy can adjust to it. Like it doesn't have to be a perfect pass. So that can be effective, right? The thing that leads me to is the one thing that I put in the description that's very scary for me. The one thing that could take the Packers down that I'm concerned about. Now, I have a hopeful point, but let's lay this out, the truth, which is Jordan Love and the Packers' offensive pass game has been feasting on man coverage.
Yeah.
They have a bunch, and it goes into all of the things that they put together. Okay, a bunch of quality, talented receivers that can do different things. No superstar guy, but like a bunch of talented guys who can probably beat man coverage, right? Especially if you're like Jaden Reed and it's the third best corner or fourth best corner on you. Like he's gonna freaking beat that dude most of the time. Like he's pretty good. So, but that's man coverage, and Jordan Love in man coverage doesn't have to be as accurate. But again, zone coverage. Do you ever watch the Packers have like a really good drive against zone coverage, consistent zone coverage? That's the thing. If teams want to play and commit to zone coverage against this Packers team and force them to methodically, calculated, accurately move the ball downfield, that's how this pass game is going to get neutralized.
Well, I'll say this. The other thing that was very good in this game, there was a lot of play action from under center, which we have not seen much this year. And with Aaron Rodgers gone, of course, for the last couple of years, we've seen more of it, but not as much. This game, there was a lot of play action from under center.
His left hand, he had the brace. He didn't have the brace on anymore, right?
I don't think so. I think he was able to hand off with either one. I don't remember for sure. But the other thing is we had a lot more runs. The other thing that scares me is now there's only one time, maybe two times where it wasn't that case. But he keeps canning plays. And almost 90% of it's a running play. He cans it in a running play, and he does it because the two safeties are deep. So the whole defense knows it's a running play.
Yeah.
Like they got to come up with a new plan. We can't be calling a pass and then the can is a run on every single time Matt LaFleur calls a play. Because it gets kind of ridiculous. There was twice, though, where he canned it to a pass and the pass was completed and it worked because it was a play action pass. And the defense was like, ooh, it must be a run again. They canned it 18 times already to a run, so it must be canned to a run. But it wasn't. It was a can to a play action pass, which was great. So it does work the couple times where they trick them, right?
Maybe,
which is awesome.
Maybe Matt LaFleur just needs to call more runs then and not so many passes.
I don't know. But maybe that was the plan, was to just call the can it 18 times to a run so that the defense thinks every time you can it's a run. And then the two time, you trick them when you really need it on third down.
It's probably LaFleur playing chess again. He's a genius.
And that could be. Well, sometimes I'll give him credit for this game. He did pretty good. It wasn't terrible. Just that first play I showed you was god awful, but otherwise it was pretty good. But that was something I noticed in the game where I was like, dang, every time he cans it, it's a run. It's like, I know it's a run.
You can hear it clearly, right?
Yeah. The Bears defense knows it's a run. Like, come on. What are we doing?
And if the offensive system is we have two plays and you can can to the other play, and all the time you're doing that, it's pretty predictable. It's pretty easy to know what's up.
And it was a little scary for me, but they did trick him in a couple times, but still.
That's fair.
So that was something I noticed that I was kind of just like, dude, can we stop canning just because you see two safeties deep? Because guess what? We can't run block that great. So just run the damn pass play. Because we seem to be doing pretty good on pass protection because the Bears have no freaking pass rush. I mean, they got that one sack because nobody was open because it was a dumb play call. But that was really it, right? Like, he got some pressure every now and again, but like every play I just showed, he had a really good pocket. Zach Tom had some issues, though. A couple times, Zach Tom couldn't quite hold up his end of the bargain. And also Rasheed Walker did pretty bad a couple times, especially on running plays. The run game blocking, not the best. But for the most part, those guys did a pretty good job of picking up stuff. So,
Well, before we finish up with like our plays and stuff like that, I just want to say that was my primary concern because it's not just this game. I've watched it the last several weeks. They talked about how good Jordan Love is against the blitz, and blah, and the efficiency with the games that they've had and all this stuff. But the thing is, the Lions played a lot of man coverage. The Bears, because they were playing zone, but then they couldn't get a pass rush, so then they started doing more blitzing and man coverage. And the one thing that gives if teams can get some pressure and they can drop a lot of guys in the zone, I mean, Jordan Love's this passing team, this passing offense for the Packers is going to struggle a little bit. It's going to be harder for sure because they really feast on the big play, chucking it up when Christian Watson's like one-on-one, Romeo's one-on-one. He's good at adjusting to it. Reed's back. Like you got dudes who can make plays on one-on-one coverage for sure. And it can work for you, but only if the other team's going to keep doing that. Now, my one caveat to give you hope is ego and hubris of defensive coordinators and also defensive players to be like, well, this is what we do. How many of them say this is what we do? We just our guys are going to beat their guys. That's what we do. That's what I would say a high percentage of coaches in the NFL are like, right? They do what they do. But you do have a few who are really smart and are just like, you know what? These guys are really good at that. So even though I think our guys are good at that, if we do this, it's probably going to be harder for them to be functioning and be effective. So let's do that. So I'm only concerned about running into a couple of smart coaches that are willing to do that and drop their egos and change their plan and go against what they normally like to do. Or who knows? Maybe we just play the Bears in the championship game again and we get to the Super Bowl. I don't know, but that's my hope.
That's good.
All right. All right. So I have to admit real quick before we do the play, I was so damn tired and I was watching the game by myself. I actually fell asleep for a little bit during the third quarter. I couldn't help it. I fell asleep for a little while. Actually, it was late in the first half. I fell asleep. No, because I saw
you missed Bo Melton's touchdown?
No, I saw Bo's touchdown. I missed early third quarter or something like that. I missed it right after Bo's touchdown. I fell asleep.
Well, that's good because the first 3 plays of the third quarter were pretty stupid by Matt LaFleur.
Matt LaFleur, you dumb.
Because we came out with the ball and then we just immediately did nothing with it. So,
and I missed where Matt LaFleur, where Keyshawn got his penalties.
And he yelled at him. Yeah.
And then he yelled at him. I fell asleep for all that. I didn't know any of that happened.
Well, one of them was a bullcrap penalty.
That's what I figured, but that's all right. Keyshawn made up for it with my favorite play of the game.
All right, so here's my play of the game.
Yours? All right.
Yep, this is mine. It's called Perfect Slant. Look at this. So I'm going to go back just a little bit. Watch Christian Watson's hand here. Right behind this Y, you're going to see Christian Watson's hand. Look at him. He's like, hey. I got this guy. Slant. Perfect. Nice 5-yard pass, Jordan Love. You don't have to bomb everything, especially when you get a guy who's super duper fast. Look at Sean Ryan. His hand was up saying it was a touchdown as soon as he caught it. Oh, yeah. Beautiful.
How does he beat everybody? How?
Like he's got such long legs. I think that's why he's fast, because he looks like he's just kind of jogging.
Like when he catches it, I'm like, all right, this is a good play.
I know. I didn't think he was going to score either. And that's another play action, but watch Sean Ryan here. His hand goes up. Oh, he's already he's
like right there. I thought for sure he's going to get him.
Yeah, I thought he was too.
And he's like, God damn it.
I don't know. Maybe 35 just didn't want to try. I don't know. So that was my play of the game.
He definitely didn't want to lay out. But even if he laid out, I don't think he would have stopped him. I like it.
Here's yours. You want to talk about yours before it happens, or just play it?
Sure. I mean, first of all, I didn't even know the rule, to be honest.
I didn't either.
But if that's the rule, why the hell doesn't everybody do this on every goddamn quick screen? Like, what the fuck?
Oh, hey, our stream is somebody cut us off again.
Come on.
Yeah, we're not live right now. So do you have to go back on again, or
you
will it just show us
serious?
back on? Yeah,
How are we not live? Who cut us
don't know.
off? Dingle wingles.
I'm gonna see how much we showed here.
All right, we'll check it out. We'll get this after the fact. We'll get it going.
Start over again. I'll do the all yeah play again.
Stream unavailable for what? Suspended for policy violations. Oh my god.
That's bullcrap. I'm seeing how much of the oh yeah play that we see.
I actually fell asleep for a little bit during the third quarter. I can't figure it out either. You probably get to pull yours down. I'll remove it and I'll bring it back up. We'll get us back on there and then I'll bring it back up so we can get our other play in there. See if we get your play or not.
Sounds good.
Yep. All right. Well, my play, I couldn't believe it. I didn't know. I just thought Keyshawn timed it up real good. And then they showed it and they're like, oh, he's there early. And then someone must have whispered in their ear, like the official guy, like, that's okay when you're
Hold on, we're not live. Are we back up or what?
I don't know. Are we?
We're not. Don't talk because we're not even on.
It'll come back like for something.
Okay. Well, I'm watching it on my phone, so we're not up right now. We're back.
No, we're back. Okay. All right. So my point is, sorry, we have policy violations. We're violating.
Well, there's no policy. F you, whoever.
We're not making money though, so back off, YouTube.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, we get like freaking 2 views. What the hell? Shut the frick up, you idiotic morons.
We got a new subscriber with
L22. Everybody shows the L22 all the time.
Yeah, I know. Why do we get penalized? We're just a couple of guys trying to show people stuff they don't normally pay attention to or even know because it's important. All right. So anyway, I didn't know. Like when I saw the play, I thought Keyshawn just timed it up good. I'm like, damn, that's what I want to see. I got super fired up. That was my favorite play of the game. Made me actually jump out of my seat almost. Maybe I kind of did. Anyway. And then when I found out that someone told them it's not interference if it's behind the line of scrimmage, I'm like, why doesn't somebody do that every play? Why don't you just blow up every damn quick screen? Just go blow it up.
Yeah. What are you doing?
Why they stand there and wait and watch him catch it and then maybe get blocked. I'm like, just go blow it up.
Or pick it off or whatever. Just
something.
Run.
Just blast them. All right, let's see if we can show this play because it was so awesome. Let's see. Play it. Roll it.
Do you have it up or what?
Yeah, it's up. I'm sorry. Before we get dejected. Okay.
Here we go.
Keyshawn's in the
top of the screen.
Right. Yeah.
Yep.
He knows what's coming. And he's like, screw this. Boo! Oh my God. That's
look at Wooden. Wooden just loves that crap.
It's a great play. Oh, the guy's a sitting duck out there. Just go blast him. Like, yes. Just blast them. That's what you should do every time. That's coaching tape. Send it to all the teams. No, just send it to all the Packers and their defensive backs every time. Blow that chart up.
Hey, share it. What are we doing? Share some more here.
Hold on. I want to get us to get bunkied here. All right, okay. We're back up.
Here's another awesome play in the backfield. This time it's Carl Brooks with the smacker, whacker, 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 whacker. And I didn't know this. I thought he was like lined up over here. He's lined up way on the other side.
Holy crap!
He just comes through and just beats the crap. Or he just, he's aware. He's aware. It's another awareness play. Mm-hmm. He beats the left tackle, gets to the backfield, freaking smacks the crap out of him. It's beautiful.
It's hilarious.
There's nothing better than a play behind the line of scrimmage. When you get back there, so sacks are great, but they take a long time. But plays like these two, where it's just like as soon as the ball is handed off to the guy, he gets destroyed. That's way more exciting because it's just the impact, like smack-a-rooney impact of play. It's just beautiful. So here's Carl Brooks. Look at him. He beats that left tackle. That's the end. Hey, guess what? They pulled us again. Unbelievable.
Come on. I guess we just got to be talking heads.
No, because I got to play some more plays.
I know.
Dang it. That makes me mad.
Damn you. They're monitoring us because we're too good at what we do.
Well, I don't think we're not live right now, so I know what you're saying.
We're teaching football too well. Damn you guys.
Or does this, when we do if when this goes later, do they show the whole thing, or does it still say stream unavailable for like the sections that they? have
No, I
stream
think
on?
we get to. I think the whole thing can be. I mean, or I can just. I can just put the whole thing out as well.
So all this crap we're talking about is still gonna be on there. Sorry,
Could be,
everybody.
unless I cut it.
Well, I'll tell you when we're back up again. But anyways, it's a great play by Carl Brooks.
Carl Brooks, aware guy.
I'll show the next
94.
play. There's another play where another impactful defensive play here.
94, 55, 33, 58, 25,
Oh yeah,
24.
this one I did because I liked. We don't have to show it on the stream, but or if for some reason we can play this, that's fine. We'll show it here. But if you look at the top of the screen, you see Edgerrin Cooper here. What I like about this play is Edgerrin Cooper. I don't know if he's supposed to cover the running back or what he does, but he stops a screen pass because he's smart. So he comes up, and I don't know if he's supposed to cover him, but he realizes something's up. The rest of these guys, we dropped Carl Brooks on this play. We dropped both D tackles into coverage on this play, by the way, which is also kind of crazy.
Wow, that is wild.
So that worked out perfect for a screen pass because we dropped back these two big guys on a screen pass. So now these offensive linemen are like, oh, I don't know what to do. And Edgerrin Cooper is taking out the running back because he's covered him right in the backfield, which is awesome. So, hey, we're back up. So Edgerrin Cooper is covering the running back out in the backfield here because he's smart. Now, he doesn't make the tackle, but he does slow everybody down. And then, the guys make plays after that. But I just liked how it slowed Caleb Williams down. When you watch from the other angle, you'll see how Caleb Williams is a little bit delayed on his passing on this screen pass because he's like, oh, crap. Why is Cooper over there? So you're going to watch Cooper here. He comes on the blitz, and then he's like, oh, wait a minute. He's going out in coverage. I'm going to cover him. But he goes a little too far. But it's still a heads-up play, and the guys work together to make it the play. And now we got Silent but Deadly. This is my Silent but Deadly player of the game. And it's the same guy from last time, except not for wiggling his butt. This time it's for getting blocks. Right here, 81. Watch Wiley on this play. He's going to come in motion.
Hey, you didn't even give me a chance to play it.
That's all right. Don't worry about it.
And now it's time for the Hafman Bros Silent but Deadly Player of the Week.
And look at this right here. Oh, you took my video down. What the hey?
It's back up.
So he comes right in motion. He takes this guy and just smacks the crap out of him. And then Jacobs runs off his block. Right through the middle there. It's a big play, big running play. It's a great block by Wiley. And now I'm going to show you something. Probably the run of the game where Josh Jacobs on third down is running to the outside and like three guys don't tackle him for some reason, right? Zach Tom lets a guy go through, right? Zach Tom gets to the second level, 99, he just goes free. I don't know what happened there. I don't know what was going on.
Matt LaFleur said they had to let that guy go. That was part of the play.
Is that what he said?
Yep.
But what I want you to watch is watch Wiley on this play. He takes the safety or corner, whoever it is, and just freaking shoves his ass so far. It's almost the key to the play. Watch. He just keeps going and keeps going and keeps going and keep blocking him and getting him out of there. Plus, he had a key play action first down on a catch in the game.
Great catch.
Great catch. Got yards downfield. So he's my Silent but Deadly guy again. I think Wiley is doing, whoever this guy, he's doing a great job. Never knew who the hell he was, a month ago. And then Tucker Kraft got hurt and we had to play him more. And he's doing good. He's doing great pass protection. He's doing good in run blocking. He's doing pretty good catching the ball out of the backfield. He's not a big guy either. He's probably the smallest tight end we have on the team.
Yeah.
But he's tenacity, man. He's got some stuff I like.
He's how did they get him again?
I have no idea.
I have to look it up again. I don't remember if they plucked him off practice squad. I don't know what was going on, but he's playing a lot. He's doing a lot of good things. He just seems like just a good football player. One of those good football players, not highly drafted, highly thought of, Obviously, other teams cast him aside, didn't think much of him, but dude's a football player, man. And that play that you showed just before, when you're blocking in space like that, right? And you got a couple of options, right? You can kind of time it up. You can try to get a guy and then try to get a second block sometimes based on timing of the play or what's supposed to happen. Or sometimes you have a situation where you're like, this is your guy. And everyone's kind of got like guys on that side, or you got a plan for blocking the guys that'll be over there. And if you can just stay on him and you can move him, even though that's a smaller guy, that's still, you create a bigger hole. You just make the hole bigger. You just make it a lot more for the defense to cover. And when you can do that, damn, man, you see what can happen. You create a lot of space for running back to make a choice. Defenders are out of position. They're trying to come together. I mean, 3 of those 4 guys ran into each other.
Yeah.
Didn't even get a hand on Jacobs. They just ran into each other and all fell down. I mean, it looked cooler, like, oh my God, look what he did. But when you saw the replay, you're like, oh, those dudes just kind of like missed him and ran into each other and fell down. Still cool though, and I'm glad he made the play. But
I think he should have scored a touchdown on the play though.
He should have, yeah.
Like Aaron Jones would have scored a touchdown.
Why the first guy got him is like he just was like,
I know.
Okay,
the first guy he saw after he breaks through there and he runs into him. I'm like, just make him miss. Like juke him, and then go cut in and score a touchdown. Like, what are we doing? Why does Jacobs always want to run into dudes?
He loves running. He loves running into him, man. He loves it.
You get more yards when you avoid guys.
I know. It's a different kind of running back.
But I just like how Wiley keeps his feet moving and keeps pushing.
Stayed on guys.
That's great. Like, I mean, he's just
sustained his block.
Keep it going, keep it pushing, and he's doing a good job. I mean, he's no Tucker Kraft, but he's doing things that are positive, and it's a small thing. It's silent but deadly. Nobody knows about it. Nobody's paying attention, but he's making plays, and that's great. And I think the other silent but deadly guys, I'll just say, it was Carl Brooks and Colby Wooden on that Kingsley Enagbari tackle on 3rd down.
Yeah, that's fair.
If those guys don't hold up against the run and push their pocket forward, there's no room for Kingsley Enagbari to sneak behind them and make that tackle. So that was very silent but deadly by those 2 guys.
And both those guys, again, playing a significantly higher number of snaps based on the loss of Devontae Wyatt, and the Packers are going to need them to do that. And they did well. Yeah. But I'm just telling you, like, when you are used to, coming in and being fresh and playing, 40 snaps a game or whatever, or 30 snaps a game, and then that jumps up substantially and you're out there longer and there's not a sub coming in. Like, I saw a couple of cut shots of Carl Brooks where he was huffing and puffing and looked pretty gassed, but they'll get that football conditioning down too. It'll be good for them. All right, before we go, any thoughts on the Broncos? I mean, they've been winning by the skin of their nuts all year. I feel like this is a vulgar show so far, a little more vulgar than normal, so I'm going to go.
Well, whatever. All we know is this. The Broncos have 2 guys that we both
It was
wanted.
Our cursing that got us suspended.
No.
Probably not.
They have 2 guys that we wanted. I wanted Nick Bonito. You wanted the gut.
Yeah.
Quinn Miners. And they're two of the best players on the Broncos team. One on offense and one on defense. Well, one defense, one offense, whatever, Bonito's a pass rusher. We'll have our hands full. Quay Walker and not Quay Walker. Rasheed Walker and Zach Tom. Yeah.
These guys are scary.
The pass rushers on Denver are good. And also the secondary in Denver, very good. The defense as a whole, very good. So it's going to be it ain't going to be like playing the Bears.
They play a lot of zone too, right?
Probably. I don't know. Yeah. I just know that they get a lot of pressure on the quarterback.
Yep.
And that's, I mean, one of our strengths is pass protection in some ways. But it's still, we'll see what happens with that. But I think the Broncos offense, I've watched some of the games of the Broncos this year. I've seen them different times, and
it's not good.
It seems like they don't really do anything.
Yeah.
Like they don't really know what they're just really discombobulated. And then Bo Nix is like throwing the ball all over the damn place. But then somehow in like the fourth quarter,
Yeah.
they like make stuff happen, and then he actually hits guys in stride, and then it's like it makes plays. The other thing is I've got a couple fantasy football guys that are on the Broncos. RJ Harvey is a rookie running back. They never use him.
Yeah.
They give him the ball like 5 times, and somehow he gets like 50 yards and a touchdown every week. Why they don't give him the ball more, I don't know. I'm glad they don't this week. Normally I'm pissed about it because I'm like, why do we not? The guy, I mean, he's averaging like 10 yards a touch and a touchdown every week. And they play these other 2 guys who I've never heard of all the time.
Don't they have J.K. Dobbins or
Well,
something?
he hurt. So I
He's
thought
hurt?
when he got hurt, I was like, all right, sweet. Harvey's going to start being like the main guy. And he still only gets like 5 carries and like 2 balls thrown at him. Now, the only good news for me as fantasy player is he's their goal line back because he's bigger than the other 2 guys. The other 2 guys are more like shifty dudes. But Sean Payton seems to be just, I don't know if he hates him. He's in his doghouse or I don't know. But
He's always done weird stuff like that with his running
dumb.
backs, right?
Yeah. So it's good for us, dumb for them.
Yeah.
It's, bad for my fantasy team. But I don't play this week because I have the bye because I'm number 2 seed. I finally did something right this year.
Yeah.
It's my defenses because my quarterbacks stink.
I saw it.
You got to beat Brennan. He stole freaking Joe Burrow from me. You have to beat him this week.
He also has Christian Watson now somehow too that he's like doing. Like, how does he have all the guys? I'm just like, what the
I don't know, but I beat him. I beat him when I played him. When he picked up Joe Burrow,
I'm gonna beat him
I
with
was gonna pick
4
him up.
tight ends this week.
Okay, I doubt that. But anyways, so
Actually, if I still had Tucker, I'd have 4 tight ends starting.
So this is the Brandon McManus revenge game, Manuel
be.
Wilson revenge game because he was
I
a
mean-
Bronco for 3 days. And then
I mean, let's be real about this game real quick. The Broncos, we already said the Broncos defense is good.
Yep.
Do I expect the Packers offense to tear it up? No. The Packers defense needs to win this game. Bottom line.
Yeah,
They
they
need-
should
they-
be able to.
And they should. Bo Nix does not look good most of the time. Most of the game, he does not look good at all. So take advantage of that. Make some plays. Bury these guys early. Right? Don't let them hang around. And the defense needs to do that. The defense needs to score a touchdown in this game. The defense needs to get multiple turnovers in this game. The defense needs to like put a lot of pressure on him and make him make mistakes in this game. And then you win, and it's not a big issue because you can run the ball in the second half. You can not worry about trying to chuck it deep. No chucking it deep a bunch, Jordan Love. Like we don't need all that. But we do need the Packers need to run the ball and play defense in this game.
Because Nick Bonito is not like a run stuffing defensive end.
Yeah.
He's a pass rushing defensive end. I mean, he's like 145 pounds. So he's a smaller.
145. What the hell are you talking about?
All right, 245. You know what I'm saying?
Jesus.
But he's not like, I don't even think he's 245. I think he's like 235. He's a skinny guy. He's like the guy we drafted this year in the 4th round or 5th round, whatever his name is. I can't remember his name is. But the guy that we drafted, who got hurt, we haven't seen him at all. That's what he is. He's this pass rush speedster guy.
Yeah.
Problem is, he's got like 1 million pass rush moves, and he's faster than crap, and he's relentless. So he's pretty much Micah Parsons, but was drafted in the 5th round or something, or the 3rd round or whatever, way later, and he's not making $45 million a year. He's making like $20 million a year or something like that. So I don't know. He's scary, but I think we can run at him. Like we could get on him and move him. Zach Tom can move him.
Let's go with 20 carries for Jacobs and 15 for Emmanuel Wilson in this game.
Yeah.
Let's run the freaking ball 40 times.
Let's go. Emmanuel Wilson revenge game. Let's do it.
Let's do it. He's ready for it.
Packers need to win. The Broncos have won 10 games in a row, and nobody knows why. So let's end this crap. They deserve a loss. There should not be 11-2. It makes no sense. They should not be 11-2.
It is crazy. It is.
How are the Patriots 11-2? Last year they were like had 3 wins.
Drake May looks pretty good, dude. I don't know.
You're telling me like Mike Vrabel, Jason Vrabel's brother. So Jason Vrabel, the worst wide receiver coach in NFL history.
He's the older brother. Older brothers are always the smarter ones.
That's true. But still, that doesn't mean that just because Mike Vrabel goes to the Patriots, they end up switching their total in like winning and lost just like that. From being 2-11 to 11-2 or something, whatever it is.
You got him disciplined. And I've watched a few Patriot games, and I don't know. I'm impressed. Bo Nix looks like garbage. That kid looks pretty damn good. Like he can complete short balls. He's got enough for the deep ball. He's got good accuracy. He makes good decisions. He's mobile enough. Like,
All right.
he's freaking good. The Patriots just got another good quarterback. Now they're good again.
Well, we'll say this about Bo Nix. He's pretty tough.
He's
Like
tough, and he'll
run
and
through
make
some
plays.
stuff. He'll
Yeah.
Extend drives on third down by scrambling.
He's
So
just
he's
not
not-
very. He's just not very polished as a
No
passer.
He's not accurate.
Right? He's not accurate. He doesn't make the best decisions. He's not that polished. Take advantage of it. Let's go. Sack him a bunch. Put a bunch of pressure on him. Make him make some dumb mistakes. Freaking let's go. Let's go.
Packers win. Let's go. We need to win.
And Matt LaFleur, take the points whenever you get them. Don't do dumb shit like try to go for it on fourth down when you don't need to. Like, you need to just pile on the points. Pile them on. So take some field goals if you need to at times. It's fine. Or maybe punt, pin them back, and then let your defense get a turnover, because they should get some, especially early in this game. That's what I'm just saying. There's going to be, like, every time you're going to win a Super Bowl, no matter how good you think whatever's going, the other certain sides of the ball, like your defense is going to have to win some games for you. And sometimes your offense is going to have to win some games for you. This is a game the defense needs to win, bottom line. So I'm not even worried about the offense. I don't care about Jordan Love. I don't care about any of the stuff they're going to do on offense. The defense needs to be dominant and win this game. That's what has to happen this week.
Okay. I'm all for it.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay.
All right. Sounds
Packers
good.
win.
Packers win 17-13.
I don't know what it is. 21 to 10.
You could say Packers win 7-6 or Broncos lose 6-7. Up to you.
I don't know what that is. No, the Packers
Sure.
they're gonna score like 20. They'll score 30. Packers
30
31 to 21. Packers.
Also, Quay Walker gets knocked on his ass by
Quinn
Quinn Miners
Miners.
a couple times this game.
Yeah. Carl Brooks and Colby Wooden are going to have their hands full.
Yeah.
In this one.
Yeah, it'll be good though. All right. Doesn't matter what they do on offense. The defense got to win it. Let's go. Let's go. All right. Be good, everybody. Take care of yourselves. Sorry your stream got cut. We're violators of policies. We're rebels.
It's bullcrap.
Put it out there.
Freaking all those other guys do it.
I know.
O-line
they're not-
committee has video. Freaking
They're not as
The-
engaging as us.
the
That's how
quarterback
they get away
school
with it.
with JT O'Sullivan shows the video. Freaking all 22. Why is it? Why are we breaking policy? I paid money to get the video. I made my
Because-
own. I edited it myself with my own video with my own freaking words. How is
Yeah.
that break a policy thing?
Because we're showing the truth. NFL wants to take us down.
Yeah, they just don't want us to hear the truth. That's it. Yeah, you're right. That's
Hey,
probably it.
got it.
Freaking jerks.
People hate the truth, or the powers want to keep it down, but we'll keep telling it as long as we can. All right. Be good, everyone. Enjoy your Packer game. Enjoy your weekend. Stay warm if you live up here, because God damn, it's cold for December already. I don't mind it that much, to be honest, but a lot of other people tell me it's cold. I've had to shovel way too many times already for early December. I'm annoyed by that.
I only shoveled twice. If it's like an inch of snow, I don't shovel. I don't give a
You
crap.
just let it ride.
Yeah.
It'll melt eventually, whatever.
Well, it don't melt because it's too cold, but I just don't give a crap. So I've only shoveled twice.
That's good. All right. Well, all right. We'll see you guys next week. Be good. Stay good. Go Pack Go, as always. And take care of yourself.